Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be another expensive review. Yep, I've been buying them lately. There's so many awesome ones, just really expensive. Anyways, continuing with the reviews. This is the AA Gokin Getter 1, and I believe this is made by Arcadia. Got mine from Ami, and initially I wasn't picking this up because of the price, but I really like the design. This is probably my first SD Getter 1. I do have the D-style Shin Getter, and other than that, I do have the Sentinel Getter 1 also, which is amazing. And I do like the design. It was probably prompted me in getting this one. So with this review, we're gonna check this out. It's a nifty box, kind of small. Oh, hence it's D-style. AA Gokin. Yeah, this is actually my first figure for this particular figure line. Have high hopes. You always have high hopes when you're getting something expensive. So what really got me into this is the panel lines, just seeing from the box. He does have a variety of weapons. You got the Tomahawks and the machine guns and some effect parts. Really great. Yeah, really interesting. And I think that's pretty much it for the box. And if you are wondering, this is about 10,000 yen, close to 100 bucks, and it is Gokin, meaning it will have die-cast parts, which is great. Alright, let's take a look inside. Alright, so a quick comparison with the D-style Shin Getter. I know it's not the same, but I'm just gonna give you an idea in terms of D-styles. The Gokin is actually quite huge. It's also a little bit taller. It's roughly about 5 inch up to the fin here, probably about 4 inches to 5, about that size. Yeah, but I think it kind of matches along with your other super deforms, which is great, and especially if you're a big fan like me. Alright, and first thing I noticed on this figure is how heavy it is. From what I can see and feel, all of his body is mostly die-cast. I mean, there's a few places that are not, like the hands, which you can interchange later on. That feels plastic, but the feet, legs, the whole body, even here, and maybe even the joints are die-cast, which is great. I like that feel. And on top of that, you see all these panel lines molded in. That's amazing. That's really great. All these clear pieces here, and I think on the other side, I think it's molded clear plastic. It's smooth on top, but it's probably molded on the inside. Then it's, I think they painted silver underneath, which is great. I really like this. Really cool. Alright, so let's go over the articulation before going over the accessories, which is quite a bit. So we have the head here. He can look down. Actually, you'll see the inner working joints there, but I think those are plastics. Yep. You can look down, look up, and yeah, you can extend the neck up. You can look left to right. Then you have the shoulder joints. You would have the little swivel, and actually later on we'll remove this, and there's actually a die-cast joint there. Yep. Get the swivel there, right on that between the white and gray piece, and you get a 90-degree bend. You get the wrist, and we'll go over in a bit. I believe they're bolt joints. Yep. And you get the mid-torso. I don't think he has a waist articulation, since it's more of a kind of like an egg-shaped body. You get a peg connector underneath. I also noticed this part here. I tried taking it out, but even you know, prying from the inside when you remove this for the cape, no avail. And I didn't see anything from the instruction on that. Same thing with this. Feels like you can remove this panel. I have to look to detail on that one, but It's kind of molded in. I'm not sure if there's actually removable panels. This here in the forearms. Even here too. Kind of you see the engraved section that those shapes there. Oh, interesting. Moving on, you have a little bit of mobility on the legs here, and they do have that. I think for most of the getter, you have that ability to extend the joint, so it gives you more mobility. And you got decent knee bend. Yep. And you get the ankle here, which is a nice rotation. And I don't think you have a shoulder. Yeah, I don't think you can extend a shoulder. Oh well, almost forgot that you do have this kind of like an up crunch. Although you want to be careful. I think already. Yeah, a little damage. You don't want to have this thing hit on the front there, but you have that little ability to move forward, but you make sure that you clear that up. And you can see the back side. Not sure if you want to do that often. Again, reason being you might damage the front part, which is very likely. Then you get this jewel here for its getter beam. Yeah, really nice. And that's pretty much it for the basic articulation. Let's go over some accessories. Alright, so the first accessory will be the cape. And actually, this is my second take on this, since my first take I accidentally hit my drink and spilled all over my review area. That is a refreshing way to clean it, I guess. Anyways, you take this out, and kind of judging from this, it has that, feels like die cast, although inside it's not. So I'm starting to think now that maybe all these pieces here are just painted to feel like die cast, but it's not. It does have die cast parts inside though, which I was referring before. Interesting. Anyways, once you take that out, you got a couple of these capes here. There are 3 pieces. It had a tattered look on them, although there is no shading, which I've seen on other figures like this. Kind of wish there was shading. So it's gonna be like this, but there is also another thing you have to add on. So there's this little plastic tabs. It's kind of hard to show to you, but we gotta put it on. So I'm gonna try this segment here. It's just a peg. It goes in, then you get kind of like a washer. There we go. I'm not sure if this is a good secure way of, and kind of wish they've done this differently, but that's one. And we're just gonna go over them. Alright, so put this on first. And there we go. I'm really hoping that this doesn't pop off in the future, because this little small things, yeah, if you lose it, that's it. And let's see if it actually locks in place. Yeah, it's not bad. It does hold the other parts up, so I'm not gonna complain there. Put this back here, and it doesn't really secure in place. I know we're gonna tap this back in. Yep. Right. Hopefully I don't spill any more drinks, because I'd rather not do this again. Alright. See if I can get it in there somehow. And you gotta line these little tabs too on the shoulder. I think that's it. Alright, so we got this cape here on the back. Nice. Alright, so that's done. Let's go move to the next one, or next option part. Actually, the next part I want to show is the light up gimmick. There is a LED on this, which is really cool, but it's one of those that does not come in batteries. So we're gonna take off this front part, and we're gonna unscrew that. So make sure you got your precision screwdriver, Phillips. Just gonna go ahead and unscrew this part here. Alright, so it does not come with batteries, but luckily I've been buying batteries for my other figures, and you know, basically the positive side, usually the positive goes with the spring, but I guess in this case they chose not to. So if you put it wrong, it's not gonna work. And there you go, and it's really bright. With fresh batteries, that is. And just put this back on. Actually, I would suggest to put kind of like a paper inside, because taking them out is a pain. But you can get a flat screwdriver and kind of just hold the spring back, and one of them will just start sliding out. So if you happen to do what I just did and kind of regretted it for not putting a little paper there so you can remove it easily afterwards, you can do that. But for now, that's good. There we go. Put this back in here, and the LED effect. So there's a little button here right in the middle, and kind of think that that's probably what it was originally on the back side here. Probably a push button for this light up gimmick in front, but I guess they chose not to implement it. But you got the eyes. There we go. Wow, it looks really cool. Yep. Actually, I kind of wish they have a separate face. We just have a silver backing. That way, I mean, the LED is cool, but not all the time you're gonna have that on. Oh, that's really nice. Alright, let's save some batteries. Alright, let's go to the next part, which would be, well, let's go with the hands. Alright, so aside from the closed fist we have here, let's see if we can swap it out. Let's go ahead and swap it out with the Tomahawk hands, or for the ones for holding those, and pop it off. It is a ball joint. It does have a, actually it does not have a hinge, though it looks like it could have some. So we do have a pair for each hand. Just put one here for now, and let's see if I can get this thing here somehow. There we go. And you do have two Tomahawk hands, and with a weird angled handle. It's actually kind of nice. So we're just gonna pop this off. I'll show the instruction. You put one side up. There we go. Probably a little bit more there. So this is one of those pegs that there's only one way to put it on. One side is kind of flattened, and there we go. But you can rotate the whole handle out. So aside from that, you do have this extra one for the left, which is kind of like the open one, and this kind of gives you a dynamic pose. There we go. Let's put the eyes on again. Really nice. Also, they give you this option part for the Tomahawk. You only get one, and this actually is quite huge. Let's see. I think this goes like this. Trying to figure it out. There we go. So it's a very interesting. So I guess it gives you that effect of slashing. Yep. Yeah, there you go. It's actually really cool. Alright, next part is this hand here. It's for holding the getter machine guns. I think that's what they're called. So for this one, you have a pair of them, which is great. Actually, something tells me if they're gonna have a getter one, they're probably gonna make a black getter. Am I getting it? That's a big maybe. I do like the design of them. And here we go. So you're able to dual wield them. And seems like you can pop this out. Okay. Just wondering. So you can rotate that if you need to, but yeah. It's kind of interesting that they have that. Or how that thing is put together. Yeah. Double machine gun. Alright, then getting back to this, last but not least, you get a base. So the base is kind of simple, just a square base, no lettering on it, and you know, you just attach this part here, and it's on screws. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, since it's just on the bottom, which I think is the best way to connect most die-cast figures. And just gonna have him in certain dynamic pose. There we go. That looks really cool. Probably keep him on this mode. Yep, that's really nice. I think with that effect part of slashing, it looks really bloody. Yeah, really nice. And I think that's pretty much it for the review of the AA Gokin, or AA Gokin. A really nice figure. I'm actually really happy for this. I'm really glad that I decided to just pick it up. Really nice. It is pricey, as I mentioned. You're gonna be looking at around 100 bucks just to get this. And it seems like there's a lot of die-cast parts, but as I get more familiarized with this Gokin stuff, yeah, I think some of the plastic just you got that really thick paint, which they've used. It might have been animal paint or something. It's really it feels like it's die-cast. But overall, I really liked it. And actually, I wouldn't mind if they did that painting over the plastic, since from my experience, when they paint something on top of die-cast, it peels off quickly, and I'd rather have the paint stay on the figure. Yep. Anyways, that's about it for the review. If you have any questions, let me know. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.